right, here we go. Question 19 from our Precalculus homework number 11 in MyLab Math. This time they have given us an equation of an ellipse in general form. They want us to find the center, foci, and vertices and the graph. And the first thing we're going to have to do to get all of that information is we're going to have to convert this equation into standard form. So let's copy this over into our scratch work. All right, so now that we have our equation copied down in our scratch work, notice that the x's are already grouped. What we're going to need to do is complete the square. So I'm going to put plus a blank so that we can create our perfect square trinomial for the x's. Notice the y's are also already grouped. And we are also going to have to complete the square for the y's. So we're going to put plus another blank. The constant that they gave me needs to be moved to the other side, which will make that a minus 9. And then we need to account for the numbers that we added to the other side. And now completing the square, we're going to take half of -6, which is -3. That number squared gives me a 9, which I need to add to the other side. Oh, and if you want to hack and slash at this point, you can. Those 9s are going to cancel. For the y's, in order to complete the square, you cannot have a coefficient on the y squared. And so what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to factor out a 4 from each term. So 24 divided by 4 is 6. So let's go ahead and factor out a 4. That's going to give us 4 times y squared plus 6y plus whatever we get from completing the square. So taking half of 6 gives me 3. 3 squared is 9. Whatever I add to one side, I have to add to the other. Oh, wait just a second. Notice I didn't really add 9 though, because this 4 that's out front, in front of the parentheses, that would distribute to the 9. So really what I added to the left side was 36. And so then I have to add 36 to the other side. Please make sure that when you're completing the square and you had to factor out, that you account for that. And now we need to factor. For our first perfect square trinomial, we're going to have x minus 3 quantity squared plus 4 times y plus 3 quantity squared equals, and the only number left over here is 36. And then we are not in standard form until the constant over here is 1. And so the way we get that to be 1 is we go through and divide everybody by 36. So my equation in standard form is going to be x minus 3 squared over 36 plus 4 goes into 36 9 times, giving me y plus 3 squared over 9 equals 1. And now that we have our equation in standard form, we can now find the center first. So the h is with x, the k is with y, and those are always opposite. So the ordered pair for the center, which is h comma k, is going to be positive 3, negative 3. Don't forget h and k are opposite what you see. And back to our MyLab math, checking our center, 3, negative 3, checks out. Now for the vertices. Again, it says right and left of center, indicating that we do have a horizontal major axis, which means that our vertice formulas are going to be h plus or minus a, comma k, And do we know a? Remember that a squared is the largest denominator, and the square root of 36 is 6. So there's a. H is 3. A is 6. K is negative 3. And simplifying, 3 plus 6 is 9, negative 3. 3 minus 6 is negative 3, negative 3. And this will be the rightmost and the leftmost based on which x-coordinate is larger. And checking, 9, negative 3 being the rightmost vertex, and negative 3, negative 3 being the leftmost vertex. And next, the foci, right and left of center, means we're going to have to calculate the value of c. And remember I said we can use this formula to calculate c. B squared is the other denominator. That's a piece I didn't have yet. Plugging into this formula is going to give us the square root of a squared, which is 36, minus b squared, which is 9. 36 minus 9 is 27, and I believe that will reduce. 27 is 9 times 3, and the square root of 9 is 3. So breaking that down into simplest radical form, and then we can write the foci. So those are going to be h plus or minus c, comma k. H again was 3 plus or minus 3 square root of 3, comma negative 3. And again, the plus will be the rightmost focus, and the minus will be the leftmost focus. And checking, 3 plus 3 square root of 3 is the x-coordinate of the rightmost focus, comma negative 3. And 3 minus 3 square root of 3 is the x-coordinate of the leftmost focus, negative 3. And we're correct. Now, to figure out which graph is correct, I would like you to notice that the center of the ellipse for every answer choice is in a different quadrant. So if we can simply identify the quadrant that the center is in, we can pick the right answer. And remember way back when I actually found the center, we have a positive x and a negative y. That can only happen in quadrant 4. And so the answer choice that has the center in quadrant 4 is answer choice B. And that's going to do it for this problem. So if you have any questions or comments about anything covered in this video, please feel free to leave those in the comment section below, or you can text me. And thanks for watching.